Hey, it's Anna, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a review of Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I loved this book, it was great. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is pretty high. There was one thing that really annoyed me, but I can forgive it because the rest was amazing. So basically the story is about, three or four people. It's based in the land of Orisha, in which there are, white-haired magical people called Magi, and the children who don't have magic yet, so are under 13, are called diviners. And there are non-magical people who have just, brown hair and the dark skin and everything, who don't have magic, as I said, and, there are many families that are mixed. Anyway, so 11 years ago, one day, magic disappeared, and no one is able to use it, and at that time, King Saran committed genocide, basically. He killed all the Magi, so all magical people over the age of 13 who could actually wield magic, and since then has oppressed and abused, basically, the diviners, the magical children and the families of the Magi. The children cannot do magic because magic disappeared. So anyway, part of the oppression, which is continuing genocide, really, they give them extra taxes, they enslave them, they physically abuse them, there's a lot of dehumanizing language, like they call them maggots, and it's pretty awful. And you really feel the full effect of that, like, it's really packs a punch, honestly. So the story is about a girl called Zelly, who is a diviner, her non-magical brother, Zane, and a rogue princess called Amari. And it's their quest to bring magic back to the land and basically stop the tyrant king. We also follow the story from the perspective of Crown Prince Inan, who's Amari's brother, and he basically is chasing them in order to prevent magic from coming back. He's pretty crazy about it, actually. It's really quite refreshing to have the perspective of an antagonist as well. And all the characters that we hear from, which is Zelly, Amari, and Inan, they all struggle with, what is the right thing to do, like what do they think is good and what is evil, and what the kind of people that they want to be, which awesome. Amari, her character development was amazing. She went from being this sort of scared princess, like, oh, who can also wield a sword, by the way, but this scared, timid sort of girl to awesome kick ass, woo, which was really good to watch. It didn't just sort of happen. The events that occur in the book, change her, and it all makes sense, which is fabulous. Zelly was awesome for the most part. She's sort of this no bullshit, I want to thumb my nose at authority kind of girl. She's awesome. Except when she's in proximity to the love interest. And this is why it got 4.5 stars, not 5. Because she becomes a fucking imbecile because of a boy, basically. And I'm like, No. I'm sorry. That... I hate that trope. I hate it so much. The character of Anan was... I understood where he came from, I understood why he did the things he did, and his thoughts and stuff, and, you know, this sort of conflicting emotions he had, and I get that, and I can sympathise with that, but sometimes it wasn't handled that well, so it made him seem really inconsistent and kind of like, I don't know, he was insane, I don't know. It really annoyed me. Plus he was just generally an asshat in my opinion. But, you know, some people are asshats in this world. I like the premise. I was excited to read something by, you know, Nigerian-American author. It's based on Yoruba mythology, which is awesome also. I know nothing about it, so I was like, ooh, I'd like to know more. Action-packed. There's like non-stop. It just, right from the start, never ends. It just keeps going and going and going and going, which is fun. There's no superfluous, unnecessary filler, so sometimes it does seem like the characters jump from like one place to another, but honestly, the boring like walking in between would just piss me off, so that's not really a problem for me. The world building was really good. The magic was interesting. You know, there were originally 10 clans. You know, they could do different things. They had, they were like the gods and goddesses that they weren't like worshipped. They were like family. They were like sisters, like your sister goddess. Like, you know, it was like a reciprocal relationship, which was interesting. I hope that didn't give anything away, really. But anyway, so yeah, I recommend this book. It's the first in a trilogy. The next one I think comes out about March next year, 2019. So I'm looking forward to that, and I don't know, I recommend it to anyone who likes magic, fantasy. I'd recommend it to anyone, really. So, like, probably not younger audiences. It really delves into the psychology, like the feelings and emotions and stuff of genocide. There's a lot of violence. There is death. It's, you know, if you're having a war, people are going to die, and it's not just going to be the, you know, people that you hate. It's going to be characters that you like, well, people that you like. Like, it's not realistic that everybody comes through unscathed, and I like that as well, because if something bad happens, there is a cost to our characters, whether it's physical or emotional. So that was also done really, really well. Anyway, recommend it, and hope you enjoyed the review. Hope I didn't give away too much, as I said before. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.